So in this video we will be discussing more about the 3D triad and the various mouse movements of the 3D softwares. So let's get started. So why is the triad needed? So let's delve deeper into that. So what will happen without the triad? So let's see a practical problem. You see that this is a cube, right? Let me rotate it about a vertical axis, the blue axis that you can see. And now, can you see the difference between the left image and the right image other than the axis? I don't think you can see visually any difference between these two. But as I have already told you that we have rotated the cube by 90 degrees. So now you understand why we need the triad, because the triad provides a reference. So let's see this same thing again with the triad. So as you can see on the left hand side, I have represented the triad and this is the coordinate system that we are taking, and now let me rotate it about the z-axis by 90 degrees. So as you can see, when I have rotated it about 90 degrees, you can clearly see the change. Previously the x was facing towards the left, now the y is facing towards the left. So from this you can clearly see that it was rotated by 90 degrees. Hence this is why we need a triad, because it helps to eliminate all the confusion regarding the orientation of your model in the 3D space. But even if I talk all day, you won't be able to get a practical hold of it unless you jump into a software and understand it. So let's do just that. But before moving on to the software, I want you to able to understand the mouse movement so that you can navigate the software. So before jumping onto the software, I want you to download these two files that are in the description with these names, and then let's jump into the software. So this is the basic Fusion interface that you will see when you open up it for the first time, and you might see a taskbar or data panel on the left hand side like these. So you can just go ahead and close it. Now go to File, go to Open and click on Open from My Computer. Now navigate to the folder where you have stored the downloaded file, and I have provided different files with different extensions. So open up whichever shows up for you. For me it is the cube color.step file. Alright, so click on it, open. Now you will see something like this. So this is the cube, but you can only see the three sides and it looks more like a hexagon divided into three parts rather than a cube. It is because you are seeing it from a isometric view, and in this, although you see the three sides, you cannot get a feel of the 3D. So before we move on to navigate it, I will just explain you the mouse movements. So I want you to press the middle mouse button, not scroll but press. So when you press it, you will see that your cursor changes, and on the bottom hand you can also see that the pan option gets selected. You can see this, right? When I press the middle mouse button, the pan option changes. So with pressing the middle mouse button, I want you to drag. So this is how you pan across the system. Alright, now I want to rotate this cube. So how will I do that? So for that I will hold the shift button and then press it. And hold the shift button and I will press the middle mouse click. You can see when I press the shift button and then press the middle mouse, the cursor changes. Now see, I can rotate it. And you cannot see the triad here because the triad is in the top right, and this is where it becomes helpful. You can click on the front and it will show you the front side. You can click on the right. You can click on this corner to show the isometric, and this is basically how you can navigate. And since this is a colored cube, even if you don't use the triad, you can understand simply that you are changing. But in case of a non-colored cube, you will face difficulties. So now the next software which we will discuss is Solidworks. So again, open Solidworks. You will see a screen like this, or you might see a screen something like this when you open up for the first time. So just cut it and go to the third option, which is open, and then again navigate to the folder where you have stored your file. So it could either be .ply or .step. So for now I'll be opening up the ply in Solidworks just to show you, and open, and you can see something like this. So you can just click on this and select the second option, shaded, and now the lines will disappear. Alright, so in here, how do you navigate? So again, you press the middle mouse button and you can see that something changes in the top bar, right? Previously it is like a mouse, but then it changes as soon as I hold the middle mouse button, right? So by holding the middle mouse button, if you drag, you will be in the rotation mode. Alright, you can see this, and let's say I want to drag it. So in that case, press the control and middle mouse button. So that is how you pan across the 3D model. And for zooming, it is simple as you zoom in a normal scenario, that is middle mouse scroll in or out. If you scroll in, it will zoom out. If you scroll downwards or out, it will zoom in. So that is pretty intuitive. Now we will move on to the next software, which is Onshape. So now we will move on to the third and last software for this video, which is Onshape. So when you open up Onshape for the first time, you will see a screen like this, and in this you can go to create and import files. So click on import files and again go to the folder where you have downloaded it, and you can click on either step or PLY. So I will just be selecting step. You can also select PLY, it doesn't matter. And in this, click on orient imported models with y-axis as up. Select that, it is important, at least for this video. So select it and also click on import appearances so that you are able to see the color, and click on import. So you can see that it says it is imported, so mark as read. As you can see, it now shows up in the window, so you can simply click on it and it will load, and then it will open up your 3D model. So as you can see, this is the model. For zooming in, simply scroll outside or scroll down and you will zoom in. But now you can see that it has 4 different colors on a single face, right? That is only because these planes are visible right now. So just go to the left hand side and click on the eye, hide front, hide top, hide right. Now you can see that it is a single color, and you can see this dot, this is nothing but the origin. You can also hide that, and now you can see that this is the original cube that we had imported. Now to navigate, simply hold down the middle mouse button and drag. In this way you can pan. Once again, simply hold down the middle mouse button. You can see that the cursor also changes, and drag. Now I want to rotate it. So right click and rotate. Hold the right click button, hold the right click button and rotate. So it is this simple. And I have already explained you the zoom, zoom in, scroll down, zoom out, scroll in. So that's it for the mouse movements. Now for the upcoming video, we will be discussing how to make some basic 3D shapes like these. So stay tuned for the next video and keep practicing your mouse movements. That's it for this video. Thanks. And if you like this video, then like, share and subscribe.